How are you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another vlog. It's so good to see you. I haven't done this in like 4 weeks. I just didn't feel some motivation to do these videos lately. But knowing me, I will eventually get to that, because right now my main channel is at a mess. I had to remove over 190 videos in hopes. I know hope is like a very bad, in hopes that I will get my monetization back. But I have contacted YouTube directly through email recently, and I'm just awaiting their response so that I can get my monetization back. And I am very confident that I will get it back in a few days time. All we have to do is just wait. For me, for you might think I'm hoping for it, but I'm very confident that I will get my monetization back on my main channel. So let me begin by saying my name is Clyde, otherwise known as Jackus Edit. I have a main channel called Jackus Edit, which is what I was talking about earlier. And in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about knowledge that could possibly increase your conversation skills. Okay, this information, this knowledge inspired me to create this video because I had a conversation with a friend of mine. We were basically talking about boring conversation. What makes a boring conversation? And during that talk with my friend, it sparked in my mind to create this video. So hopefully you're gonna learn something from this. Now, there is a difference between starting a conversation with someone than keeping a conversation going so that it doesn't end up dying. Okay, starting a conversation with someone means that you are trying to connect with that individual who you're interacting with, just like you trying to find a song that resonates with your current mood. Okay, you look at songs on your phone, on the internet, on Spotify, because you want to connect with that song based upon your current mood, whether you feel sad, happy, joyful, you just want to dance, you look at happy songs. So that's what starting a conversation is like. You're trying to find something to connect with that individual. Whereas keeping a conversation going so that it doesn't end up dying or stopping means you have already formed some form of connection with that individual from the very beginning. You wouldn't be conversing in the first place if you two weren't connected with each other, right? Just like you being so fixated on your Instagram feed, you're scrolling down until finally you hit rock bottom, you get bored, you eventually catch up with all the pictures, posts on the people you follow. And just like a conversation, there will be times where it will come to an end. So, before I begin, I'll give you 3 disclaimers. 1, do not take me seriously. I'm just an entertainer. Everything I say, you shouldn't take to heart. Number 2, follow the rules of the land that you are living in. I do not promote criminal-like behaviors. And disclaimer 3, be an adult as you watch me. Okay? And if you're gonna get offended with swear words, I advise you turn this video off, because I am not for you. So, if I ever feel like a conversation is dying, I look at the energy that I emit in a conversation, whether my energy is high up here or if it is low down here. So the question is, how will you know what's a low energy and what's a high energy? How I define low energy is when you take a look at someone, right? You take a look at their behavior, and you see that what they say, the words they're saying to you, is very, very limited. They kind of limit their words whenever they're talking to you. That's when you know that they are low in energy, or that if you're talking to them face to face, their eyes are darting around everywhere. Okay, it's not fixed at yours, so they could be looking away as if, where's the fire exit? I need to get out of here. That's what that's low energy whenever you're interacting with someone. High energy, on the other hand, that's when an individual kind of projects his voice because he wants to be heard, right? So in order to be heard, you kind of need to have a good level of energy so that you can grab people's attention. And also, the words they say will not be limited. In fact, oftentimes people with high energy will speak in sentences rather than one word answer. Okay, that's when you know a person is high in energy. So whenever I feel like I'm low in energy, the person who I'm interacting with can feel it. Okay, they'll feel my low energy, and they will in a way kind of mirror my behavior. Just like a smile can make someone smile back, or how a laugh can be contagious, and vice versa. If they can feel my energy being high, right? If they could see that you are high in energy, they will mirror you. Okay, it'll kind of remind them that, hey, if you're high in energy, if you're really into this, I should be too. Now, there will be times where people will not feel your energy. Hold on 1 second, guys. I just received an email from YouTube while I'm vlogging this. Oh my gosh, I think this is a good news. I just received an email just now. You heard that vibration coming out of my phone. Congratulations, your YouTube channel Jackass Edit has been accepted into the YouTube Partner Program and is now able to monetize on YouTube. Just when I was talking about my channel being demonetized at the beginning of this video, you just witnessed a notification from YouTube coming from my phone that I got remonetized once again. Oh my gosh, this is my night. Later on tonight I'm gonna go out with my friends as well, and I have a news for them. Unbelievable, guys. You just witnessed me getting my channel remonetized again after being demonetized for an entire month. Where was I? Anyways, the moment they feel that I'm low in energy, that's the moment the conversation is dying. That's the moment they will lose connection with me. Okay, with you. If you are already conversation with, if you are already conversation, what the hell am I saying? If you are already engaged in a conversation with someone, then if they feel that your energy is low, they will lose connection with you. And vice versa, if you feel that their energy is low, you're gonna lose connection. Okay, it's only a matter of time that the conversation will come to an end. Right, next page. I got my notes out again. I wrote this down. So when someone projects a high level of energy, what does this mean? They kind of project their voice in the conversation. They don't limit their words, the use of words. Instead, they actually engage. They fully engage in a conversation, and they really talk about it in detail. It's not a one-word answer. They don't give you one-word answer. They actually engage. So if you ask them a question, right? If, for example, you're really in a high energy with me right now, or when we're conversing, I ask you a question, how's your day? You actually give me a really detailed answer. So rather than low energy, okay, low energy would say, my day is fine. Okay, that's low energy. High energy, well, today I went shopping and I bought blah 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 blah. And I also met people who I recognize, blah 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 blah. Right? That's kind of higher energy, okay, because they're actually conversing with you and they're not just giving you one word answer. And I'm only saying this because there's a friend of mine who told me a story. Okay, her name is Lizzie. Shout out to Lizzie. She basically told me what happened to her the other day. It was last week. She was out with her friend and as they were walking, there was a guy who is a friend of her friend, Lizzie's friend, okay, who joined them. Okay, so they sat at the park bench, a nearby bench, and they conversed. They had a conversation. The problem was Lizzie did not get a good impression on that guy, and same goes with her friend. Okay, the reason for that, listen to this guys, listen to this everybody really. The reason for that is because they didn't feel connected with him. She was telling me how he was talking so much about himself. He was so full of himself, saying how awesome he is, how he started working out, this is what he did, blah 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 blah. That shit didn't spark their interest. And because of this, they kind of like lose attraction for him. Okay, the connection isn't there. And so when I feel a conversation is dying, then that means the person I'm interacting with, or me, usually the person, because I like to be high in energy if I'm engaging with someone in a conversation. If I feel that their energy is low, that they don't feel connected with me, I stop right there. I don't drag the conversation forward. I just end up stopping right there and leaving. Because the moment you try to connect with this person, no matter how many times you try to do so, okay, they're clearly not engaging with you, then they will have a negative impression of you. What do I mean by that? Well, they will see you as someone who's being clingy, or a freak who just doesn't know when to stop. Just like that guy in the story that my friend told me, he just didn't know when to stop. So the next time you try to converse, realize that you have to look at the person's energy, if it is at a low or at a high. If it's at the low, you have to stop right there. Okay, but if it's in a high, then the conversation will naturally continue because you two feel connected with each other. Okay, that's basically what I just want you to know. It's just a piece of knowledge that I want you to understand, because if you don't understand this, then you're gonna have trouble trying to converse with people. Shall I give you a bonus piece? Right, as you know, conversing, trying to keep a conversation going so that it doesn't end up dying is different than starting a conversation. So the next question is, how can you start a conversation? How can you get the person you're trying to converse with to connect with you? There's two options in this. There's two reasons why people are connected to you. Well, will connect to you. And that is, well, first of all, the first reason is very word spread, okay? It's very promoted upon everybody, like everyone tells you this. People will feel connected to you based on the words you're saying to them. In other words, your personality, okay? That's the number one thing that people promote in a conversation. How can you begin a conversation? Oh, it's to do with what you say. You know, that's the number one thing that people promote. But in my case, after studying some people's behaviors, I've noticed there is another option why people can feel connected to you. And if I tell you this knowledge now, you'll probably never look at a conversation the same. You want me to give you the second option? I'll tell you now. The second reason why people feel connected to you will be based completely on the way you look. Oh wow, you weren't expecting that answer now, didn't you? People will feel connected to you based on the way you look. If you are good looking, then the impression that they get from you will be good. Okay, it's going to be a positive response in their mind. Because as you know, we as people like to be surrounded, appreciates beauty, all right? We appreciate beauty if we can tell the patterns and colors of a flower and be amazed at the sharpness of a Lamborghini, then it's only a matter of time that we can appreciate the beauty of a human being in terms of aesthetic looks. Your face, your clothes, what you wear, your hair. I know my hair, I had a haircut, yay, finally. So when the moment they see you, your face, that's the very first thing they'll see, okay? And based on your looks, it will have a direct influence on the way that they will treat you, the way the conversation will flow. So this is in my opinion the number one reason why people can feel connected to you. They will more likely give you a chance to lengthen the conversation if you have the aesthetic looks that pleases them. And if you consider, like, if you don't believe you don't, right, then there's the first option, you know, your personality. Use your wise words to attract them, right? So you might feel kind of heartbroken the fact that I just said that, or everyone, you know, beauty in facial beauty. If you feel self-cautious about that, then there's this thing called mewing, which I absolutely support. In fact, I promote this in my main channel, Jacko's Edit. You see me liking videos on YouTube. But yeah, I promote this thing called mewing. What is mewing? M-E-W-I-N-G. Mewing is when you put the tongue, this muscle, at the ceiling of your mouth, and you also seal your lips shut like this. Okay, that is the natural posture of that's the natural way that you should posture your tongue, because this will have a direct benefit on your health, your breathing, the way you breathe, the way you sleep. And because your tongue is fully engaged at the ceiling of your mouth, what's going to happen is it's going to have a direct benefit on the growth of your mid-face, your maxilla, as well as your mandible, your jaw, okay? And this will aesthetically improve the way your face is structured. That's mewing. So yeah, that's basically it. I don't know, that could have been a completely different video talking about mewing. Yeah, I've been mewing since around October, and I do believe my face has improved. I wouldn't say dramatically, but slowly. It's a slow process if you are older when you start mewing. So this is why I recommend you start mewing as early as you can. Okay, beginning something early as you can is very, very good. you know. But that's basically it. So to conclude, how can you keep a conversation going so that it doesn't end up dying? You have to understand what's low energy and what's high energy. When you see the person you're interacting with is low in energy, that's when you know the conversation will come to an end. And so when that's the case, you should end it. You should end it right there. But in order for the conversation to continue, then the person's energy must be at a high. And when their energy is at a high, then the conversation will naturally flow. And you can feel it. You can feel that the conversation will flow because the person you're interacting with is fully engaged. And the next step was, how can you actually begin a conversation? Realize that it's going to be based upon what you say, your personality, and what you look like. Okay, what you look like will have a direct influence on the words that they will say to you. That's it. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching my night. This is the night where I feel super amazing because I got my channel remonetized and I just finished a vlog video. And you all just witnessed me getting my monetization back. Unbelievable. Because of this, this just gave me a bright idea to create a video talking about how you can get your monetization back as a GMV editor. So for all the GMV editors who watch me, shout out to every single people who's in my Get Paid and Get Promoted program, as well as my audience from Jacko's Edit, okay, and other editors who watch me. So many people are really inspired by the things I promote on my main channel and also through here, and it doesn't hurt to also show the process on how I got my monetization back after being demonetized for an entire month. Unbelievable. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Again, my name is Clyde. As Raj Dibazar said, my favorite teacher of all times, be the best. Oh, and fuck the rest. I already put my middle finger up. Peace.